Hi Aparna.
Yes, hello ma'am.
Kaveri from Denial to Acceptance. This is your seventh book, I think,
Yes,
published by Bhageshri
Bhageshri
Prakashan.
Prakashan. Yes.
First, I congratulate you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because two editions of this book are over.
Yes, yes.
And soon the third edition is also being published by Bhageshri Prakashan.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you
Great.
so much. Thank you so much.
Why did you want to write the book, Kaveri?
There was no any particular intention behind it initially to write about Kaveri or the story about Kaveri. But my mother said that you should write a complete novel. The previous books which I had written were short stories. And she said that you should now try and write a novel. So I was thinking about the stories, about the plot, how and what to write. Then I started looking around myself, different people that I met, different people in my life, whether I can borrow something from their life and write about them. I can take someone's story. Also, I've been reading books since my childhood. My father inculcated the habit of reading in three of us, my brother and my sister and myself. So I also had books already read in my mind. So I could have picked something from those books also. But somewhere I felt that there has been a struggle in my life on health front, and due to health front I have to face struggle and odds in different aspects of my life. And I'm not appreciating or praising myself, but somewhere I have been able to fight those odds, and somewhere I think I have reached a particular point in my life where I can say that I have overcome certain obstacles in my life which were hurdles. So I thought about writing my struggles, as I thought that they could inspire people, and that could somewhere make a difference in their life. So that is why I decided to write Kaveri, not as a complete biopic, but inspired from my life. So it has more of my life into it, but not factually completely true.
I think this book is also available in Marathi.
Yes.
Which publisher?
Maitri publication. Okay. It has been published in the month of January 2025. It has been translated by Nitin Zarunke. He lives in Satara. He has translated many books, and he has done the translation book. What happened is I have a rural background. My native place is Vadange, and people in Vadange are not used to reading English books. So they were my main audience there. Also in Kolhapur, people are more inclined towards reading Marathi. So when I published my English book Kaveri, I got a demand from the people that you should publish it in Marathi as well, so that it can reach a wider audience. So that thought again revolved in my mind that I should translate it into Marathi. So I happened to meet Nitin Zarunke sir in some function, and he told me that he's a translator and he does translates English novels into Marathi. So we had an interaction, we had conversation between us, and he liked the idea of Kaveri, and that is how it started, and that is how the book came out.
What is the brief story of Kaveri?
Kaveri is about a journey of a girl from a young girl towards womanhood. It covers her entire life, and it focuses on certain sensitive issues that take place in her life, mainly about body shaming. That is very, very a sensitive issue. Then it is about a disease called anorexia nervosa. She faces that disease and how it impacts her life and how it changes her life. And through these health struggles rub in different aspects of her life. It does not even only remains confined that she is not well and so she has to take medicines and she has to be dependent on doctors, but it affects each and every aspect of her life. It affects her relationship with her friends, it affects her relationship with her parents, it affects her education, it affects her career decisions. So how she goes through that journey, about facing those hurdles and not surrendering to those hurdles, but by self-acceptance. That is a very important part of this book. Self-acceptance is an important part of this book. Initially, she tries to fight with it, not accepting it as a part of her life, that why me? What wrong have I done that this thing had to happen with me? Why anorexia nervosa happened to me? why I had to face, criticism for the way I look from people outside. She starts questioning, but she doesn't find any answer. The struggle increases, the struggle manifolds. Then she slowly recognizes that she should accept it as a part of her life. These are her drawbacks, and what are her strengths, and how her strengths can help her to overcome the drawbacks and achieve her goal and aim in her life. That is what about Kaveri is.
Why did you think readers should read it?
As I said, it will give inspiration, because I believe that every person has got some or the other struggle in each one's life. It could be anything. It could be, it could be regarding marriage, it could be regarding relationships, it could be regarding health, it could be regarding money, it could be regarding failures in business, failures in career. So how, a person can, accept it, face it, and make a way out of it. So that can be inspiring. That is why I think everyone should read Kaveri, because struggles are part of everyone's life, and somewhere it will give you a small key as to how to overcome those struggles and not lose your aim, not lose your focus, not lose your goals. In spite of the struggles, in spite of the hurdles, there is a possibility that you reach your goal if you design your life and live your life in a particular way. So that will give them some kind of hint about it.
Okay. This is, I think, a novel.
Yes.
But how to tell the difference between novel and
Biopic. As I said, I have written this book through inspiration from my own life, but it is not completely my, true factual life that I have lived, because I have also gone through many physical ailments in my life, and there was a phase in my life where my life had curtailed, and it had shrinked due to that, and I had to give up many things in my life. But there could be more in my life also, which has not actually happened in my life. So I wanted to add that, so it can be more effective. It can more reach people's heart. So for that, I had to bring in more fiction into it. So my life was not sufficient for it. So I took it from the books that I have read. As I said, I've met different people in my life who have motivated me and who have inspired me. I've taken keys from their life, and that is why I cannot say that it is a non-fiction. It is a fiction, but inspired from my life. So biopic, I think it is a factual story about how we have lived your life completely, but fiction or novel, I would say it is not. There are certain, what I can say. There is some kind of fiction that comes around it. It is not completely 100% true. That is what I think is my book different from what a biopic should be.
Yes. What draws you more, fiction or non-fiction?
Fiction draws me more.
Okay.
I've written 2 non-fiction books. One is Small is the New Big. I've done my PhD in women entrepreneurship, and I happened to meet many women during that phase. And I thought their stories were really inspiring, and those all were rural women. And I thought those stories should reach a wider audience. So I picked up 14 rural women, and I wrote stories about their life, and those are factually true stories. How they started from a scratch and how they developed a big business empire for themselves. So that is about that was one non-fiction book, and one is about accounting. Basically, I'm an accounting teacher, and I always wanted to write about accounting as a theoretical book which could be helpful to students for reference. So that is my second book. That is non-fiction, but the most I enjoy writing is fiction.
Okay. Did you want to be a writer as a childhood?
No, writing happened accidentally with me, same as what teaching happened to me.
How did you get starting in writing?
Yeah. My niece Disha, my sister's daughter, now she is grown up, she is now 17 years old. When she was a small child, she used to love to listen to stories.
Okay.
And I used to tell her stories because I have borrowed stories from my grandmother. So she used to tell me stories when I was a kid. So I used to tell her those stories. But she was such an avid story listener that one day my reserve of stories finished. I didn't have any more stories to tell her. So I started creating my own stories. And I made my own stories, and I had to tell her those stories. Then on one of her birthdays, my sister, her mother told me that why not you write and give it to her so that it can permanently be with her. So I wrote those stories and gave it to her as a birthday present. And she liked that book. Then my father suggested why not try publishing it. So that is why I published it. So writing was not somewhere, writing happened to me very late in my life. When I completed my master's, when I was already in my job doing teaching. So I never thought I could be a writer, not in the wildest of my dreams. So my niece is the reason why I became a writer. And that happened very late in my life.
How do you develop a plot for the story?
Uh, all my books, I think, be it my first book, Diya's Bag Full of Stories, part 1, part 2, then An Engaging Slice of Life, which is, short stories. There are about 12 stories. Then also Kaveri now, and my new book that has just come in the month of January, Conversations with Sir. Everything is, I think, as I said, that it has, I have drawn it from my own experiences. Nothing is purely fiction.
Okay.
It is fiction because I have revolved stories around it, but the idea is original. That is what I can say. That is how I can put it. It is borrowed from my own experiences in my life. Certain incidences happened when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, when I was studying in college, when I became a teacher. Why a particular person influenced me in my life, how I met different people in my life, and what impact they had in my life. So there were many stories that were already a part of my life. So I took those stories and developed, stories out of it. So I added my own, obviously, a creativity to it. So that is that is how I develop a particular story. It is somewhere happened in my life, but I develop it further with my own ideas, with my own thoughts.
Correct.
And I think these ideas and thoughts come to me because I'm a well-read person. I would say that, and I give full credit to my father. Yeah.
Great. How many days you take the return to book?
It depends upon how much I want to write. Kaveri took about 1.5 year, and the further processing took about 1 year more. So Kaveri, the whole process took about more than 2 years, 2.5 years. The other books I've written short stories, as I said, they didn't take much time, but I would say about 6 months to 8 months. Yeah, that would be correct to say.
Which is your favorite book?
Obviously, the first book is my favorite book, Diya's Bag Full of Stories, because it is my first book, and it has been, a gift to my sister's daughter, niece. So this was the first book that she read as her own book. The first book she read was my book, so that always will remain my favorite. And of course, Kaveri, because it is very close to my heart. It helped me, to unwind myself, to open up. It helped me to give certain kind of liberation to me. The things which I had in my heart for so many years, they all came out through Kaveri, and it gave me some kind of a spiritual peace inside me. So Kaveri also becomes my favorite book.
How reading is important for writing?
Reading is important because, as I said, through my experience, I can tell you that there are many extraordinary writers who have written extraordinary things, and one should read them to be a part of your personality. And when you want to write, your creativity flows from your memory as well, and when you read, it becomes a part of you. So when you start writing it, that whatever is part of you encourages you to write it more better, because you have read great minds, you have read great words. So that becomes a part of personality, and your personality obviously rubs on whatever you write, whatever you express. So reading, yes, is very important for writing.
What is your first profession?
My first profession is teaching. That also happened accidentally with me. I'll just brief you about it. My MCOM results were declared, and I was studying in Vivekanand College. The then principal of Vivekanand College, D.A. Patil sir, was very close to me. He was a fatherly figure to me. I went to him and to tell him that my results are declared and I've cleared my masters. So he said that one of the teacher has just resigned in between. Why not come tomorrow and give a lecture? So I was planning to do chartered accountancy. Teaching was nowhere, absolutely nowhere in my mind. And I said, how can that happen? I don't know anything about teaching. I've never stood in a class and, given a speech or given a lecture. I've never been also a part of any education competitions as a child. So I will not be able to do it. See, he said, nothing doing. Tomorrow you're going to help me. You're going to conduct lectures. And you come tomorrow, let's see what happens. And he gave me the subject and the syllabus. I was freezed, completely frozen up. Then I went to the library, bought the book, and I just said, Ki, I believe in whatever sir said, because as I said, that he had a huge influence in my life and he believed in his words. And next day I went to the classroom and started with the lecture. And then there was no looking back. I enjoyed the process very much, and I decided that what I want to do in my life is to teach. So teaching happened by accident, but I later on realized that it is my passion as well. So my passion is my profession.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you turn from teaching accounting to writing?
Yeah. As I said, ki my niece Disha was an inspiration.
Hmm.
So before that, writing was nowhere in my mind. I used to write articles which used to be published in a college magazine, because I was a teaching faculty in Vivekanand College. So every year I used to give an article to the college magazine. So that was just that. I was not writing beyond that. I had never written a story also. But as I said, ki she inspired me. She said, "Tell me stories." So I created my own stories, and then I wrote. And it was not like I have left off, teaching accounting and then gone to writing. I'm doing both the things simultaneously, and I enjoy both the things equally. So it is not switching over; it is doing both the things at the same time.
What next?
Uh, Regarding my book, right now, as I said, my new book has been published just in the month of January, Conversations with Sir. It is about a relationship between a teacher and student, and how a student draws life lessons from the life of his teacher, to the interactions they have, to the relationship they share, how he takes inspiration from the teacher, and creates a own life for himself. So that is what the book is. And right now I'm writing a novel. I've just started it. It's too early to say anything about it, but I would just like to say that it is a story about three women finding their own identities in life. So let's see how it goes.
English novel Kaveri has won many awards.
Yeah.
What do you think now?
It gives me a big happiness. Of course, I'm very happy and very glad that my work is being appreciated. The first appreciation, of course, should come from the readers, because it is for them. The book is for them. And the readers, as you said, the third edition is coming. That is why it tells me that readers have liked it. And I very humbly and very, with humility accepted that people have liked the book. Of course, it should also receive critical acclamation as well, because it is equally important, I guess. And it has received 3 awards, and that gives me satisfaction that critically also people have liked it, experts have liked it, and yes, that makes me happy, and it gives me inspiration to write more better, because this is, as I will say, that it is just the beginning. And if anyone's work is being appreciated, that person feels motivated to do more better in life. So of course this has given me more inspiration, so that I write more better in future.
So beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
What other books have you written?
Yes, total, as I said, 7 books I have written. The first 2 books were for small children, Diya's Bag Full of Stories and Diya's Bag Full of Stories Part 2. Then I wrote a non-fiction book, Small is the New Big. It also had a Marathi translation, Lahan Swapne Unch Bharari, that was the name of the Marathi book. Then I wrote an engaging slice of life, that was short stories in English. Then I wrote Kaveri, then Conversations with Sir, and then Simplified Accounting. That is a book on accounts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aparna, what is thought behind each book?
When I start writing, I don't carry a particular thought, Of course, there has to be some kind of focus. That is very important, because you should know what your story is and what you want to tell people, because it is telling to people. So basically, my thought is that readers should like it. It should touch the readers, and it should somewhere make a difference in their life. That is very important for me. It should not be like a casual reading book that just for entertainment. It should somewhere give a message. It should somewhere give a lesson. It should touch people's life. Some kind of value is very important. So that is the basic thought behind writing all my books.
Correct. Which writers inspire you?
My favorite writer is Ruskin Bond, because he writes it so naturally that with him you go to the woods. He writes about jungles, animals, because he has lived all his life there. Yeah. So, and he has written since he was a teenager, and the way of writing, the simplicity, and the way of touching people's life through his writing, very simple stories and very simple language. There are no hi-fi words. There is no very heavy vocabulary. Everyone can relate to his stories. So he is my favorite author, Ruskin Bond.
Great.
Thank you.
Good luck for your next writing
Thank you.
and all your ventures.
Yeah. One more thing I just want to add, that I want to thank Bhagyashree Prakashan for selecting Kaveri. She has been very lucky for me because she published, because through it was published by her and it earned 3 awards and people have liked it. So she is a lucky mascot for me. I had sent the manuscript to her 2 years before the actual book was published, and it somewhere got hung up in between because I shifted to Pune in between for my teaching job, and then it was somewhere, there it received a break and we were not in touch. So again, when I came back from Pune, I thought that I should revive it. Then I actually remembered that I had given a book to some Bhagyashree Prakashan publication. So I found out went back and found out the mail ID, and then I sent a mail whether you're still interested, and the interest was revived from her side as well. Then she showed the books to some experts, and then she said that yes, we are publishing it, and that is how the book came. So I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart for publishing Kaveri, and I want to thank all my publishers who have accepted my manuscript and published the books so that it can reach people at the larger scale. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aparna.
Yeah, thank you. It is very nice talking to you. I felt very comfortable and very much at ease. There were no difficult questions at all, and your pleasant presence, I think, that gave some good answers from my side also. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Aparna.
Yeah.